Okay, here's my review of the Treatlife Smart Dimmer switch. Box got a little banged up on shipping, but hopefully we'll be fine. So inside, we have a thank you. Nice touch. I have installed one of their non-dimmer switches before, so I'm familiar with the wire labels that you can use to label your wires when you do the connections. User manual, FAQs, and obviously our switch. So removable faceplate with plastic protection. I'm not going to use that because I already have a faceplate that should fit the switch, since it's a standard faceplate mounting. And if we can figure out how to do this without breaking it. So the switch comes with wire nuts, mounting screws, which I will not need since I already have some. And of course the warning to read the instructions. So I will read the instructions and go turn off the circuit breaker and get ready to install. So here is the dimmer switch that I am replacing because the rocker switch no longer works. So after 17 years of hard work, it is shot. So I've turned the electric off and tested. So if you're going to do this yourself, please make sure you know what you're doing and make sure the breaker is turned off. So I have to remove this switch here and also have to find the neutral, which is shoved in behind because it's a common neutral between my two switches. So let me dig that out. Okay, I don't know how easy this is to see because it's a little dark because the power's off. So I can tell this is my common hot. It's going to both switches, so I'm going to want to hook that to the hot on the switch. This is my common neutral. The white wire is going to go on that. And this wire off by itself is the load that's powering the lights in the room. So that's going to go connected to load. Of course, the uninsulated copper wire is going to be my ground. So on the back of the switch, there you go. Here's my neutral. So I'm going to connect that to the white. The green is of course going to be my ground. And then I'm going to look at the instructions again. With my reading glasses on to determine, I believe black is the line. So I'll hook that to my common hot here, and the load, being the red, will get connected to here. So let me wire those up. Now, one problem I'm seeing here on these wires is that they're not stripped back very far. I'm going to actually strip them back a little further so I can get a good twist onto the wires there. So if you can see what was previously installed in my house a lot further back on the insulation, of course some bigger wire nuts, so I'm going to use the wire nuts that I had previously and strip these wires back a little bit. Alright, I have connected the ground wire to my uninsulated copper ground. The red is the load. That's going to the black wire to the lights in the room. The black is the hot. That is going to a little pigtail. That's going to the common black hot here for the junction box. I could have easily taken this pigtail off and wired it directly in there, but I'm just leaving it as is. And the white is the neutral, and that's going to the common neutral here. That's for the junction box as well. So my next step will be to carefully shove everything back out of the way, put the switch, screw it into the faceplate there, and cover it back up. Alright, so I've tucked my wires back in. I did not use any of their labels to label the wires because I pretty much know what I'm doing, so I'm not concerned about using the labels. Your mileage may vary. So I have the switch screwed into the wall, the faceplate back on, so obviously this is my faceplate, so it's nice that it's fits the common faceplate that I already had there. I can take the plastic sticker off, protection, and I actually just bumped the power and the lights in the room have come on. They start dim here, so I'm going to manually brighten that all the way up. And sure enough, the lights are on in the room. And they actually dim on the way off, so it's not an instant off. On and off. So let me prove that the lights are actually working. Alright, so in the manual mode, turning power on, off, dim out, turn back on, and use the manual dimmer control here again to dim the lights. And turn them off. Next step will be to pair it to the app. Alright, the next step is to pair the switch with my app, the Smart Life app, already installed here. I already have one existing device, so I'm going to add, it is a Wi-Fi switch. So I'm going to hold the power button for 5 seconds. It's blinking rapidly, so I can confirm. And now I have to enter my network password, so I'm going to pause and resume after that. Okay, so I entered my password and clicked continue. So it is registering. And we jump from 21 to 100%. So here we go. Switch added. So I guess I need to upgrade the firmware. So I will upgrade. Okay. So turn the switch on and the lights are on, and I can just very smoothly change the brightness. That is very nice. Turn off, and it's turning off the lights in the room. Has the option to adjust the range here. So it gives some flexibility there in case you're using, I guess, LEDs or fluorescents that would have flickering as an issue. Timer functionality, not that I have a desire to do that. I intend to use it as more of a manual switch, but it gives you that functionality. So very nice. And from the screen here, we have the option to power off and power on the lights. And the LEDs here do show me where the dimmer is on the switch. Off, and now the button lights up on the switch. So I am very happy. Very easy setup. Takes a little bit of electrical knowledge, which I have, and now I am good to go.